Have you ever had people get wild and try to intimidate you? And then they'll be like, I want my fucking car, man!
Yep.
Like that?
Well, everybody that needs a tow is generally in a not so great mood because.
All right, I'm gonna tell you guys about a really genius scam, but don't do it, okay?
Okay.
Don't even think.
You invented it, huh? You wild zany guy, dude.
No, it's not me.
Zany Ryan.
But it's when I read about this, I was actually pretty impressed. So whenever there's areas that have like natural disasters, like storms, floods, quakes, anything that requires like a guy to go out there and immediately help with something, like whether it's drain the water from a house that's flooded or like move rubble out of the way or something, there's people, very bad people, that they will create these fake business listings in those areas, localize the contact info for like the vulnerable places, and they'll just make like a fake water damage company, and then that way when everybody's super slammed and there's like nobody that can come out, they'll be like, yeah, I can come out, I just got to get an upfront fee so that, you know, because to move you up on the list or whatever.
Wow.
And nobody ever comes and they just it's pretty crazy.
How do we get into these businesses?
It doesn't last very long, but there's places that have such seasonal, dependable situations that will always happen that they just do it every year. Yeah.
So like worldwide, they're watching the news like it's stocks and they go, fire Maui, here goes a hurricane, earthquake in Japan.
Yeah, exactly. So in Davenport, Iowa, there's a trend that this scam like leveled up slightly, and it's with tow companies. Yay! But I thought you would find this interesting because the way they did it is that they would do it at these. They would find these places where they know that the snow is going to be so bad that people are going to need to get their, you know, like their cars pulled out or moved out of like ditches or places that are too like.
Oh no, so people that actually need help, they're calling and they're stranded and they're like, we'll come pick you up. And then they never fucking show up and then they frozen in the car because they didn't do Wim Hof technique.
That's like a real tow company anyways. They call it and never show up.
What an evil laughter.
Yeah, that's evil.
I know you think you're the authority because you own a tow company, but I'm gonna let you know right now, every time I call AAA, they always come through.
They do. I work with AAA. Yeah, they're great.
See?
AAA is not coming. AAA is sending someone to
Yeah, they're
come.
sending me.
Yeah, but then their truck says AAA on it.
Yeah, so they own
Certified.
0 tow trucks.
Oh, that's bullshit, man.
0 tow trucks. They contract.
It's not the AAA tow trucks? Oh, man.
What they do though is if you don't get there in 35 minutes, they will cut your contract.
Bro, they send Carmel towing every time.
They're responsive, man. I like AAA.
Well, whatever they do, they make sure that the tow truck guys are in line.
Yeah, they do a good job.
Because what do? If you fuck up, we're not giving you the contract and we're not giving you customers. Is that what happens?
That's exactly what happens. Yeah.
See, that's like the mafia.
They're big on service. If we don't get a 90% survey rating or higher, they put us on, and then if we don't improve, they cut us. Ooh. It's that
Cutthroat, huh?
Yeah. And if we lose our AAA contract, we're effed.
Because they're the only ones that give you.
They're a major.
They bring the business
for us.
Dude, recently I put it on my IG story. I called a tow truck to pick my car up, and then right when the guy got there, the AAA guy, his truck broke down, and a bigger tow truck had to come get him.
No way.
Yeah,
Dude, there's some crazy tow trucks out there.
and I was like, dude, what if this chain continues and there's just like a giant ass truck?
There's a tank.
That happened to me when I drove into Big Bear Lake.
Oh no way!
Yeah, I was.
Tow truck broke?
So I had a truck.
His truck is big. It's probably tow truck probably showed up and was like, I can't do this.
I had a truck. Like
need
this
another
one.
tow truck.
I had a truck like this one, but it was black. And then, so I thought the lake is only where it's wet. But apparently Big Bear Lake is just the area. So when the water receded, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm gonna fucking fly through here. I go, it looks dry, but then all of a sudden it's mud, and then my truck sinks all the way down. So pretty much where I open the door, it'll scrape the top of the mud. And when I jump out, I go into my knees immediately. And then so they bring in...
It's like quicksand.
Wait, you decided to just get off the road because the water had receded, so you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna cut this way?
That's the attitude.
What's the point of having a truck if you can't do that, right?
And then I guess that was illegal, so like the fucking San Bernardino PD, they called the tow truck to come, and then they had a Jeep, like a hooked up Jeep. They hooked it up to my truck. Yeah, and then they pulled the winch, and then as it was pulling the winch pulled the Jeep into the mud.
Oh.
So then they had to bring this
good
other
truck, huh?
big ass fucking truck that stays on the road that has these like tripod legs that come out. So it lifts the wheels off the ground, and then he comes and then he hooks onto the Jeep, and the Jeep hooks onto my car, and then he pulled all of this, and then the whole time Gio's just like, I told you not to drive in there, and look what happened.
And what'd you say back
told
to her?
you.
What'd you say back? I want to hear that part.
Yeah, come on. I'm a man. I make mistakes.
So let me tell you about how they've leveled up. They've leveled up this scam by, instead of making fake companies, what they do is they go to these areas digitally, and they just copy the same exact info from the existing companies and just make hella other listings. So people are now confused. What's the real number? Oh shit! So when they'll let's say that they're calling for Monson Towing or whatever in Davenport, there's going to be like 16 Monson Towings, and only one of them's real, and the rest of them are just like, okay, yeah, just shoot us this upfront fee. But the real Monson doesn't even take upfront fees.
Yeah.
See, that's why they need to have a verified check mark next to the name.
And then you got to pay for that. Yeah,
It'll probably be way too much work for like the actual Monson Towing or whatever to like fucking put cease and desist or anything like that for all these other.
It's like nonstop. It
That's
just keeps
why people
going.
just gotta use Yelp or something.
Because a lot of these people that are doing this are not even in the area. They may not even be like.
They might be like Russian.
That's even worse. They might be Russian.
Even worse.
bunch of Russians have been moving to Idaho.
There's actually a lot of Russians in the Midwest.
Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah, that's what I said. I literally said a bunch of Russians have been moving to Idaho.
Bet you didn't know that.
Hey, you're a man. I'm a man. We make mistakes.
So it's a crazy trend that's kind of happening now in every place that has like these little things. You might start seeing them. Any area that has something that needs an immediate response is now getting cloned.
That's so sad when people need help and you scam the people that need help.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if someone asks me for a deposit, I'll be like, damn. Yeah, all right, I'll give it to you when you come here.
Is that a thing where, like, let's say you're super slammed, right? And this guy calls and he's like, hey, man, let me just pay you a little bit. Just put me on top of the list and just get here now. Would you guys even consider
Yeah, bump me up.
We wouldn't consider it, but we get offers for that all the time. But we do have people pay before we do the service, because what happens is sometimes you'll do the service and they'll be like, yeah, I ain't paying you. Bye. And then you do the service for nothing. So we actually do have to take prepayment sometimes.
Knuckle service?
Yeah. He's like, sir, I know you're a little short on cash, but you seem a little hungry.
So what happens when someone does that? When they get you tow their car for them and they're just like, I got no money. What do you do?
Oh, we don't get the we keep the car on the truck until they pay. Oh. Yeah, so we don't even let the car off the truck.
Have you ever had people get wild and try to intimidate you? Mm-hmm. And then they'll be like, I want my fucking car, man! Yep. Like that?
Well, everybody that needs a tow is generally in a not so great mood because they don't expect to need it.
Right.
So they're already irritated. And sometimes like they'll have to wait 3 hours. I've had people wait like 3 days on the freeway in an RV, before somebody would come and help. Because now there's less tow trucks, there's less tow drivers, and so everything's impacted. And then so it used to be 35 minutes for AAA, but in some areas they're waiting 3 hours.
Why is there less? Did all the Armenians go like to Europe or something? Or
The labor force
They all went to Idaho.
is down. People don't want to work as much anymore. Everybody wants to do their own thing.
so everyone's driving DoorDash or something now?
Yeah, everybody's an Uber driver. Everybody's trying to be an influencer. Like,
Entrepreneur, yeah.
dude, everybody is.
There's another...
So, like the people that would have done tow truck is like out there doing travel vlogs or something?
They're fucking dancing on TikTok.
Or they're getting government aid.
That's probably the biggest thing, man.
Homeless people, a lot of them want to stay homeless because they're getting taken care of. They have a cell phone. They get a monthly stipend. Yeah, they get a cell phone. And then a lot of these homeless people have 2 cell phones. They have their personal and they have one from the government.
Burner phones?
And they have internet too.
I can't
How do I
afford
get
a burner
one of these
phone.
government phones?
Dude,
Gotta give up your home.
so they're not really incentivized to get off of the street.
Yeah, it's tough.
And so the biggest thing is a lot of people are moving now, but it's mental issues that are keeping them out there. Like, why do you want to live on the street?
Well, I mean, if you could choose between driving a tow truck and being yelled at every day or living in a tent with 2 cell phones, I choose the camping.
Imagine all the scrolling.
And you make the same amount of money.
What a strange choice.
Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, TikTok is
Right?
like,
Dude, I'm set.
There's another story about this one. It was like a big rig truck. This happened like yesterday, where it was in the snow and the truck had like jackknifed or something. And it was stuck like perpendicular on the road, just blocking the whole road. So this guy called the tow truck and the police, and nobody came. He called, I think, at 7 Oh no, he called at 10 p.m. and nobody came. And it was 7 a.m. that he's still there by his truck. And then these people who were like commuting, they stopped and they went, "Hey man, do you need help?" And the guy's like, "Yeah man, my truck's stuck. I'm trying to call, no one's coming." And they're like, "Okay, hang on." Those people left. They came back with more people and they looted the truck.
Oh, no fucking way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so
Where was
sad.
this at?
I forgot what state this was, but
That's some Mad Max shit.
Dude, they looted the truck before they went to work.
dude.
I thought they were gonna come back with the tow truck. I was like, the heroes. I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, the thieves.
Nah,
At that point, are you allowed to shoot them all?
I mean, he didn't do anything. He just kind of like, I guess he tried to fight them off, and but then they had already jacked hella shit, and then they left like once they got stuff.
I mean, these days things are interesting, huh? People be like stealing, and then if you beat them up, you get in deeper trouble.
Oh,
You're not allowed to
yeah.
beat
There's a
them up.
lot of people that are like being good citizens. Like there was that one guy in the train that held down that homeless man, and now he's gonna go to jail and shit.
And then you get
Yeah.
fired if you help stop theft.
The guy who like choked that one dude.
Yeah.
It was in Memphis, and it was an Amazon truck.
Oh, maybe that's why he's like, you could steal it. I don't care. It's an Amazon truck.
I would have been like, save some for me.
Dude, if I was a plumber, that shit fucking, they're taking my tools and shit. I'll be like, hell nah.
People steal tools, yeah.
I'll fucking eat a mushroom and beat them up, dude.
But why would you be a plumber if you could just have a tent with 2 phones?